Before the darkness really settles in, there's a moment, quiet, eerie, almost suspended, where the world feels like it's holding its breath. And this is exactly where part 2 begins, because after those first 10 minutes, the game changes completely. You're no longer reacting, you're entering a phase where every decision shapes the next 12 hours. Think of this as the stabilization window, the period where the world outside gets more confused while you become more prepared. Most people sit around waiting, assuming the power will return. You, on the other hand, start building momentum. And momentum is survival. Once your perimeter is secure and your water is stocked, the next move is controlling temperature. In any prolonged blackout, temperature becomes the second hidden killer. Not lack of food. Not even violence. It's temperature. Homes lose heat faster than most people realize. Insulation slows the process, but can't stop it. And in the summer, heat traps itself inside rooms like an oven. Your goal now is to stabilize your living space before nature takes over. You pick one room as your core zone, usually the smallest interior room with the fewest windows. That becomes your thermal bunker. You bring blankets, layers, clothing, all the stuff people forget until they start shivering. If it's hot, you close off rooms to reduce heat spread and create improvised ventilation with wet cloths and airflow paths. Biology lesson: your body's core temperature only needs to shift by 2 degrees to put you into danger, and without climate control, that shift happens shockingly fast. This section is based on practical field survival experience rather than formal academic sources. With your thermal zone set, the next 12-hour priority is controlling your food strategy. And no, you don't start eating the moment the lights go out. That's how rookies behave. You actually preserve food by not opening the fridge unless absolutely necessary. Every time you open it, you release cold air, and you shorten the safe window dramatically. Your freezer can keep food solid for up to 24 to 48 hours if unopened. Your fridge may be 4. You treat it like a vault. You open it only when you've planned exactly what you're grabbing and for how long it will supply you. This is where you shift from consumer mode to ration mode. Humans in panic burn calories like crazy, so calmness is a survival advantage. Your energy expenditure becomes strategic, and so does your food. This section is based on practical field survival experience rather than formal academic sources. As night creeps closer, you're going to feel a new kind of pressure, the psychological weight of darkness. Blackouts mess with the brain. With no ambient light from the street, no distant glow from buildings, no hum of appliances, your nervous system becomes hyper-alert. Evolution wired you to detect danger in silence, and when everything goes quiet, your survival instincts flare. This is where people start imagining threats that aren't there. So your job now is to control your mind before your mind controls you. You create a routine, check perimeter, check supplies, check your light, take deep breaths, remind yourself of your plan. The single most important psychological trick is to stay busy. Idle people panic. People with tasks stay grounded. Your actions become the anchor that tells your nervous system, I'm in control. This section is based on practical field survival experience rather than formal academic sources. By the time full darkness arrives, communication attempts will spike across your neighborhood. People will light candles, yell to each other, walk outside with phone flashlights. This is the chaos stage, everyone wants answers. And this is exactly why your next move is staying invisible. You keep your house dark, your windows closed, and your noise minimal. You listen. Footsteps, car doors, distant shouting, all of these tell you more about the situation outside than any news broadcast could. In a grid-down scenario, social collapse starts with curiosity, then frustration, then conflict. You want none of those waves touching you. You want to be the one watching, not the one being watched. Hours into the blackout, another human instinct kicks in: people get bored. And boredom in high-stress environments creates irrational behavior. Some will step outside, some will wander, some will test neighbors' doors, just to see, some will start arguments. This is why maintaining your perimeter isn't a one-time job, it's a cycle. Every couple of hours, you quietly inspect entry points, ensure nothing is disturbed, and reposition anything that might signal someone is home. You'd be shocked how much trouble you avoid simply by appearing like the least interesting house on the block. By now, your body is drained, not because you've been physically active, but because adrenaline burns glucose like rocket fuel. So your final mission during these early hours is controlled rest. Not full sleep, just pockets of downtime. You hydrate lightly, you eat something stable like protein or carbs, and you let your nervous system cool down. If you're with family, you stagger rest cycles. One person awake, one resting. Civilization runs on systems, collapse survival runs on rotation. You never let your guard drop completely. This is not paranoia, it's discipline. And discipline is what carries people through long-term disasters. And here's the twist that surprises most people: once you've done everything right in the first several hours of a blackout, the rest of your survival becomes exponentially easier. You're no longer reacting, you're adapting. The chaos outside slows, the noise fades, people retreat indoors, and your home becomes a small island of order in a sea of confusion. The power might come back in the early morning, or it might not. But you'll be ready either way because you've done the hard part, you fought the instinct to panic and replaced it with strategy.